Hi, this is Kenosha Ona Carroll from Hollywood Entertainment News, and I'm sitting with a very special gentleman. He is the CEO of Third Coast Books. How are you doing, Ian?
I am doing fine, thank you. How are you out there?
I'm doing great, and I forgot your last name. It's Ian Gorman.
There you go.
Yes. Now, I'd like to talk about Capone's Battle. I
Okay.
read the book, and it is fantastic, and I
Mhm.
truly enjoyed it. I want to know how you got involved in that particular book and what really turned you on to it, the story.
Well, it was one of the first projects that I really got involved with when I joined Third Coast. Keith at that time had made contact with some of the people in the company, and when I first saw, I mean, the thing that really got me was I just love military history anyway. It's my pastime. So when I saw the book, it's like, okay, I can read it. I know what the technical bits and pieces that were in there. It just, that really sucked me in. Um, and then, of course, I got to do the edit on the manuscript. So I ended up, when you do that, in a way, you become sort of almost as intimate with it as the original author was.
Right.
So I must have read that. I must have read the entire book probably a dozen times in that process. And it is just a lovely book. I mean, the story itself is fantastic. It's unlike anything else that you could come across. Father Capone being such a unique individual, his whole outlook on life, his devotion, to Christianity, just the way he treated people, the way he
Right.
sacrificed himself. Absolutely. I mean, it's a spellbinding sort of story to read.
Well, I agree with you there. When you start reading the book and you realize, you know it's a history book. People, they usually think when they're reading a history book, oh, this is really boring, but I got to get through it. It was not that way with Capone's Battle. You pick up the book and it grabs you from the get-go, and your emotions start churning, and you start connecting with the mom, the dad, the girlfriend, with him as well, with Father Capone. It's just an incredible story and how much that he gave and how much he
Absolutely.
sacrificed so others would live.
Hmm.
I loved it.
Yeah, and I mean, you're right. I mean, it does go back. It covers his upbringing. Um, his parents. You can almost tell in the narrative in the book that his parents had a sort of foreboding that when he re-enlisted to go to Korea, that there was a good chance he wasn't coming back, that something was going to happen to him. And, it's just sort of there, especially in the mother. And of course, it happens that way. I mean, the Korean War was so unlike anything, even the Second World War. I mean, he was in Burma towards the end of that. I just guess the sort of inhumanity in the Korean War was so intense. I mean, they were throwing thousands and thousands of Chinese conscripts into the battle at the end. There was just no way, even with the best training, the best weaponry, there was no way that his unit could survive.
Right.
And yeah, it was really, it really is sort of wrenching. I mean, the detail in the book, and we the book was written really with the idea that it was going to be part of this movie project. It's
Right.
biographical. It is not a day by day biography of the guy.
Exactly.
It's a biographically book based story of what happened to him. And yeah, I mean, I was really glad to be involved with it. It was something I just never expected to come across.
Now, when you were working with the book, what just trying to think. Guys, you hate to say what was your best part, what was the worst part. What really grabbed you inside when you were reading all of this and putting it together?
There's a scene in there when he's in the prisoner of war camp, and it's a Chinese run prisoner of war camp right up on the northern end of North Korea against the Chinese border. And it's the way that basically, like, communist political commissar types try to break him. They have him standing, in sub-zero weather outside, stripped basically to his underwear, and he is being, doused with water to the point that it's freezing on him. And they just can't break this guy, and he keeps so many other people going because they see that, in a way, he's sort of taken the attention and the heat away from the other POWs who,
Right, yes.
He's taking it, he's sacrificing it on himself. He becomes the sort of focus of the enemy's hate, sort of thing, and gives the other POWs a chance to recover. So yeah, that's you don't think that people can do things like that, not the way that he did it.
Yes, I found the story, just like I told you, very emotional, and it grabbed my heart. And a couple of times, you shed a tear, and you're going, "Oh my God, I can't put it down."
Well, yeah, you can't put it down. You can't imagine seeing something like that happen.
No, and the way it's written, it's like, it's written like older novels that are 100 or so years old, where before television, where they actually had to paint a picture for you, with the words. And that's exactly what it did. You were able to see all angles, and you could visualize what was going on. And I think that's what the main ingredient that just, brought me to tears in a couple of the parts there. I highly recommend that people get into the book, buy the book. We have the information right there in front of us on the web, so you can write down the link, and I'll put it in our description so that you'll be able to click right over there and purchase the book. Ian Gorman, thank you so much for coming on Hollywood Entertainment News and chatting with us about Post Battle. And you have a great evening, okay?
You too. Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.